7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
The Savachi syndrome, I'm telling you, I'm like, well, holy shit, that was crazy. What is up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. This week we are covering round 4 of Monster Energy Supercross from Oakland. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm not in studio. I'm still on location. I'm out in Vegas for another couple of days. So we're doing the show like last week. I will be calling up Cole and Justin here in just a little bit to talk about the racing, but I'll cover the track talk and all the boring, mundane stuff here to start off with. So, like I said, the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. Check them out for all your custom powder coating needs. They are located in Michigan. They do nationwide shipping. So if you need anything powder coated, check them out down below, tlrcoatings.com. We have a special show sponsor still on for this week, Liat, protective gear, regular gear. They are helping us out a little bit, so check them out. I will link them down below also. If you want to follow us on any social media, so Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all of that is at the Moto Aftermath Show. I will, like I said, link all that below also. If you want to follow me personally on Instagram, it's at Travis Ridenauer. I'll link that down below. If you want to follow Cole, I don't remember Cole's tag. It's at the bottom of the screen right now. But anyway, or if you want to check out our website, which honestly doesn't have much content, if any at all, on it right now because I've been slacking. I'll link that down below. It's themotoaftermathshow.com. If you want to help support the show, Amazon, click the links down below. Buy anything on Amazon. We get a small slice of that. You don't have to buy what the links take you to. You can literally buy anything. Buy a t-shirt off Teespring. I'll link that down below. Or just donate on Patreon and I'll send you some cool stuff. I'll find something. I'll go, I'll dig in the back seat of Cole's car and find something to send you. But we'll send you something. And again, all that will be linked below. So, wrapping up round 4 here from Oakland. Now, I actually went to Oakland. I went by myself. I was supposed to have a friend go. Didn't end up happening, so I paid to do some of the VIP experiences like track walk and the press conference afterwards. So if you haven't seen it, we do have the press conference up on the channel, so just go to the channel. It's one of the new videos, and I have the 250 and 450 press conference up there. Or again, if you're a listener, not a watcher, we have the podcast on SoundCloud and iTunes. I'll link those down below also. Make sure you go check those out. Like I said, if you're a listener, not a watcher. So let's talk about the track a little bit. So I did track walk, and I would have to say that dirt was amazingly horrible. It was kind of a sandy clay with gravel mixed in, and then there were huge chunks of like asphalt and concrete and really weird crap in it. Like I said, it was just weird. I did walk the whoops, and when we did this, insert picture of the whoops that I took right now because they were chewed up after just P1 and Q1, so it was amazing. The wall jump there was absolutely massive. It was probably 10 feet tall. I could not get over how tall it was. And outside of that, the track really developed into kind of everyone was doing the same rhythm. I don't think it was as soft as what everyone had anticipated and what we've seen in years past in Oakland, but we didn't have all the rain. Like, I guess it rained the last couple weeks, but this week has been fairly dry in Oakland. So the track didn't really break down as much as we've seen in years past, and it basically kind of turned into everyone was doing the same line. So the only place really to make up time was the back-to-back whoop sections, which we haven't seen yet this year. If you could get a good drive through both sets, you could make up a lot of time. But outside of that, there really wasn't any rhythms that anyone was doing that no one else was. There was one thing, and we'll cover this a little bit when we get into the 450. There was the 2 options with when you came back across the start straight, and there was the jump onto the little step-up thing, and then off onto the little double into the corner. There was a couple different options. You could go all the way over that weird little step-up thing and then double into the corner, or you could go onto the top and off and then roll one into the corner. So a few different options there, and like I said, we'll get into that when we talk about the 450 race and what Cooper Webb was doing versus everyone else. But other than that, not a lot of separation on the track for the day. I do have to say the VIP experiences I did were pretty good. The track walk, I didn't get to walk as much of it as I wanted to, and that was partially due to it was their track maintenance time, so I kind of understood that. Press conference, however, was awesome. Being in that room with the riders after they won and the media and stuff. I mean, the media for me was cool, but being in there with the riders was cool. I did get a little bit of a special treat because I was the only one who signed up for the press conference. So we actually, my boy John, who was my guide, actually hooked it up. So I watched the 450 main from the floor, which was an absolutely amazing experience that I never thought I would be able to do in my life, at least not anytime in the next 3 to 5 years here, really, because I would have to grow this and get different media passes, etc., etc. But anyway, super, super awesome. So if you are going to a Supercross and you're thinking about signing up for some of these VIP experiences, I would recommend. It was super cool. You definitely get to see stuff that you don't normally get to see, so that was awesome. And I think that pretty much wraps up my track talk here. So let's get on to 250s. I'll get Cole and Justin on the phone, and we'll get rolling. Alright, so here we are, about to talk 250s, and on the phone we have former mechanic, former washed up, has-been amateur racer slash can't ride a wheelie anywhere but into a fence, normal co-host Justin. Justin, say what's up.
That was a weird entrance, bro.
No, dude, really it's totally you. It's totally, I'm trying to be more professional and describe your past motocross history.
You could have just said mechanic, bro. That's all you had to say.
Washed up has-been amateur racer. Anyway, and also on the line we have everyone's new favorite co-host. He is a Liat rep. He is a still thriving, chasing the privateer. Are you in B class or A class?
I haven't raced in like 3 years, bro.
Okay, so he's a former racer.
Washed up has been.
Also washed up has been, Liat rep, but now owns a new Husky 450. Cole is also on with us. Say what's up, Cole.
Hello, Moto.
Salad Boys Enterprise.
Yeah. Videos. Maybe some videos coming soon.
Oh, God. All right. Okay, let's get into this. Some Statler Boy video. You guys post the weirdest shit on your Instagram, by the way.
It's funny, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but you just are ripping everybody else's content. Like, make some of your own content.
No, I
video
have my own
soon.
content.
Collab video coming soon. Moto Aftermath and Salad Boys.
Collab
Right.
video
But
coming
a lot of
soon.
that stuff on that page is OG content, bro.
Oh, God. All right. Okay. All right. Let's...
Hey, we're wild out here in Battle Creek,
I
Michigan.
can learn to.
I mean, Cole's just trying to be like Buttery Phil, and we're not trying to be like AJ Caballero.
Oh boy, let's
I'm
not
East
get into that. That's a whole nother podcast. All right, let's talk 250s here.
East
So
Coast Buttery.
kind of a. I mean, do we call it a normal evening? Because the top four here pretty much is the top four, right?
Other than RJ Hampshire crashing.
No, that's not a surprise to me. So that may shock you, but to me it was nothing new. So, but
Yeah.
AC,
I mean, pretty normal. Let's start at the top, run her through.
All right, well, so let's start with AC then. He pretty much, if I remember right, I haven't watched the race. I just watched it last night. Whole shot and wire to wire win. I mean, okay, yeah. Cool. And now he's what? Only two points down on Colt, I think.
Yeah. I was pretty surprised he withstood the pressure from Nichols like that. He kind of outrode Nichols there, but AC was making mistakes all over the place. It was just one of those nights that worked for him. He almost did that Larry loop out Bogle style in the whoops, and
about 4 different times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
So,
dude, those whoops. I sent you guys the
He pulled it
picture.
off. It's like I think it's a week off, week on kind of thing for him.
Well, I mean, if that's what it's going to be like, we got last race in San Diego and then the break and stuff, and then guys are going to start testing for outdoors. I mean, if that is the case and he struggles again and stuff, that's not going to be a real good confidence booster going in for what we got a 2-month break till they race again in Seattle or whatever it is, or a month and a half. So, I mean, I don't know. I guess it works for him, but like Cole said, he's just super sketchy, and honestly, I mean,
yeah. There's one thing he's got going for him is he's got good starts. He's got his starts down.
Yes, he does. That is true. A lot better than he was off and on, it seemed like, last year with the starts. Like, he'd get 3 good races in a row, and then the next 3 would be, like, mediocre. So I feel like that's a little bit different for him this year. But you're good. I mean, I still can't trust the dude, though, because even though he withstood the pressure, in my opinion, like, I don't feel like you can trust a guy if every lap you're waiting for him to implode. Like, I don't know. I know we're in the 250 class, and that's a normal thing, but with AC, it just seems like it's next level.
But how many races in a row? Like, okay, so obviously, yeah, we're 1 on 1 off right now. But let's say he rips off the next 2 here also. So we go 3 in a row where he's, say even if he doesn't win, say he wins another one and he gets like 2nd or 3rd, but he's like right in the mix and doesn't hit the deck. I mean, then do you start trusting the new AC? Because he was once again last night in the press conference very adamant about, this is the new me. Like, I know I haven't really proven it yet, but he's like, I feel different. So, I mean, how many races in a row do you go before you start trusting him?
3 rounds in a row before he proves it to me. Right now, he's got Tomac syndrome.
Well, okay. Dude, I was just about to say something similar to that. We'll talk about that when we talk about 450s, but that's the problem with AC is he gets a start and he's fine, and even though his starts have been pretty on point this year, like, okay, he gets a start, he more than likely is going to win. But I can't trust that if he gets a 3rd place start, he's going to win. Like, that's the issue. If you're going to bank a title or a guy who's going to win a title on, he's only going to win races if he gets starts, and then if he does it, he's going to implode or be all over the place. Like, that's another thing, man. Like, I can't trust that. I'm kind of with Cole. Like, I got to see at least 3 races in a row. If he goes to San Diego and has another, A2 again, like, I understand the point.
I want to see a come from the back win.
Yeah, I don't know if he can do that. Like, I don't think he can. Like, I think even though it's a lot slimmer with the depth, like, I think the 250 West is too deep with McElrath and Nichols and Frenchie. For sure, Frenchie. Like, I don't think he's going to be able to come from 8th.
Yeah. Speaking of Frenchie, that leads us right into our next guy. So
yeah,
he coming from the back. So if he gets a good start, boys, I think he
wins.
He wins. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely fast. I mean, he's a little sketchy too, but
I put money down on Frenchie that if Frenchie gets a start, like, I don't care if it's AC or not, like, he's not getting passed. Like, that's just my opinion. Like, I know that he's on the edge, but dude, his whoop speed is like,
it's insane.
At least a couple tenths better than everybody else's. Like, it's insane.
He was very aggressive.
Oh no, AC said in the press conference they did the dartfish or whatever. Dylan was like a second faster than him through the whoop sections all day. Like,
dude, he just bonsais. And it's funny too because his trainer being DV, like, he's obviously not as tall as DV. He's not small by any means, but he literally just bonsais through him. And it's one of those things that if he's getting loose in the front end dipping, he just rhythms out. He literally just, okay, I'm going to bonsai through, drop in, and I'll just try to triple out at that point. Like, it does not matter to him. He is not scared.
Adaptability.
Yeah, he's definitely him and AC are definitely the fastest dudes in the class, but they're also the sketchiest dudes in the class for the West.
Which is, and we kind of talked about it last week. It's weird because French guys are not. And when Dylan came in, even though he was a little bit sketchy when he got used to it, like, he was more known for being a very methodical guy coming from the GPs. And then it's like, as soon as he came over here, he just kind of conformed to the U.S. style with a ton of body language. And he's definitely gone backwards with how he was when he first came over here. And, yeah, I don't know. It kind of works for him and it kind of doesn't. But I want to see him get a start because I put money on it. But if he gets a start, like, he gaps. Like, I just don't see anybody beating him if he gets a start.
Yeah, probably not. So,
and that'd be AC.
Yep. And so his teammate is obviously more consistent, Colt Nichols. I mean, he's gone, let me click this here. He's gone, what, 3, 2, 1?
Or one. Yeah.
I mean, he's still got the points lead, but it's only by like 2. But I mean, dude, every weekend I watch the races. I go to the races here. Obviously, the last 2, he looks good. He's fast. He's like a tick off speed wise, but he's not sketchy like the other 2.
But his bad day's a 3rd. That's the difference.
Yeah, exactly. Yep, his bad day's a 3rd, not a 5th or a 6th or something.
Yep. So.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing out of him this year.
I think that if he can get through San Diego with another podium, and then if, say AC has an issue or, Frenchie has another issue, and, he can extend it to another 4 going into the break and stuff, and then, like I said, getting some outdoor testing time, I think that's going to set him up good for just, a run for the last 3 rounds because, he's just been the most consistent guy in the class. Now, although I do feel like last night in the main, like, when he was sitting back there pacing AC, like, he got pretty close to him and he was putting pressure on him. You could tell the AC, it was getting to him a little bit. Then I almost feel as the track kept breaking down, like, Nichols almost got a little bit content. He's like, okay, I'm going to sit back. If AC's going to make a mistake, he's going to make a mistake. If not, and I think when he did that, AC recouped and he gapped out a little bit, and Nichols could just never regain that momentum back. And then obviously that started spiraling and going backwards, to 3rd and stuff. But he had the pace there, but I feel like he got a little bit too content with where his pace was, and he could never latch back on.
I don't know if he got after the pace, or it looks like he kind of ran out of a little gas.
Yeah, which is weird. Which is weird for Nichols because he's not really known for hitting that wall, if that's what it was.
I don't know that it was hitting the wall. I just think, dude, that track was so brutal as far as like the dirt sucked.
Maybe his injury riddled past. He's just got that switch in his brain now that goes, hey, I'm gonna back her down a little bit.
Yeah.
So, how about Frenchie though? Run it in way too deep after that first set of whoops.
Well,
like, what's the thought process on that? Because like to me, it's a racing incident. But it's like, yeah, man, that was a little bit too aggressive for your teammate. Like, you're obviously fast.
He was just in a hurry to get to the front and was trying to make moves quickly. Nichols was turning down racing incident. I have no issues with it. I just saw it and I'm like, I don't know how close those guys are to begin with. Like, that might not make Colt too happy, and everybody else can be like, okay, it is what it is, but. No, I didn't have an issue with it. It was just a little interesting. I'm like, oh, okay, that might cause a rift back at the truck.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't think it was that bad watching it in the stadium, and there wasn't when I was around him in the press conference. Like there wasn't anything. Of course, they didn't really talk either, so I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they're pissed at each other. But anyway, moving on. 4th, Shane. Shit on Shane here. I mean, a quiet 4th. I did.
I was a little disappointed.
Yeah, beginning of that race, man, I was like, Shane Muckrath is winning this race.
Yeah.
I thought it was going to happen for him. Like, I called that. I was sitting there. I was like, hey, you guys watch that guy. He's coming. And then he just kind of settled in. So
he didn't look like, and maybe because the track was just getting so square-edged and broken down and stuff, like maybe he was playing conservative because he knew he knew where he was in the points. But, man, like, he didn't look like he had that next level. And like I said, maybe he just didn't care about having the next level. But, dude, even though he closed in on Cole, after, maybe 4 or 5 laps, like, there was no point that I was thinking, okay, he's going to the front anymore. And I kind of agreed with you, like what you're saying, Cole. Like, that's his kind of track. And for the first couple minutes, I was like, okay, maybe he's going to make a push. And then after the 5-minute mark, I'm like, okay, he's not going to go anywhere. Like, he's just going to stay there the whole entire time unless somebody crashes.
He lacks intensity.
I thought his Brandis were going to link together and catch AC, but...
And it just never happened, which, like I said, maybe that was just his game plan. He's like, hey, just get out of here safe. But, yeah, I was a little surprised with how well he coming off A2. Like, I expected a little bit more, I guess.
Yeah, no, he lacks intensity. When I was in practice, I told you guys I had a couple industry insiders sitting behind me, and they made the mention when they went out there for Q2. They were like, dude, Shane's not out in front. Because if you remember back to, like, last year, Shane was always the first guy off the line in practice and getting out there in front and getting some clean laps in before everything got all discombobulated. So, and I've noticed that the last couple weeks too in practice, like he's not out in front. He's the same way as Anderson. Like Anderson last year was always out in front in practice, and this year Anderson was never out in front in practice. So it's almost like an intensity.
San Diego.
Yeah, well, he could. It wouldn't be the first time we looked dumb. All right, so 5th and 6th, Jacob Hayes. I see Hayes, and
that was kind of another normal ride for Jake Hayes.
I see him as a top 5
That's
guy.
who he is.
But I don't see him on the box. Like, he lacks just a little bit of speed, and I think just enough fitness that he can't land on the box with the other 3.
Yeah, I see him on the box at the start of the line, like AC wads it up, which we know might happen.
You know, honestly, where I could see him on the box, and this is going to kind of sound weird considering what race it is, but because it's so hectic, I think he could be on the box at the East-West Shootout in Atlanta. I really do. I think that he's used to that kind of dirt, even though he's a Carolina kid. Super tacky. He's good on that kind of stuff. They're always had big whoops in Atlanta. And just because I mean, look, J-Mart won Indy last year. Like, even though J-Mart is 10 times better than Jacob Hayes is, I just feel like that'd be the one race I could see, like what just Cole just said, the stars align, because that race is so freaking hectic.
Yeah,
like,
that
I could see it. I really could. I'm not saying it's going to happen, but I could see it.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And then 6th place McAdoo. Dude, McAdoo was impressive looking all day. I don't know if you guys noticed it in practice watching it on online or whatever, but in the stadium watching him, he was impressive in my view.
I just noticed in the heat race.
Yeah, that too. So, Cole, any thoughts on McAdoo or?
He looks a lot better. I think he's just gelling with the team a little more, getting his feet wet a little longer, finishing the bike out and figuring all that.
Yep.
Or figuring the bike out, I guess I could say. So,
do we think he gets a top 5 at any point this season?
Man, I hope so, but I don't know, man.
If he gets a good start again like he did, he almost died on the start. I don't know if you guys saw that. He clipped his foot and almost ruined it back. So
we like somebody's got to fleet, and I know that they don't normally do this. We can't have 90-degree corners as first turns anymore, man. And I think Enzo Lopes would agree with that wholeheartedly.
Poor Lopes, man.
Like, bro, dude, like 90-degree corners in Supercross, especially right into a rhythm section, and as slow speed as that rhythm section was coming out of the first turn, 90-degree corners just do not work in Supercross. That's just that cannot be a thing.
Yeah, that was a little sketchy.
No.
So, okay, let's see. Let's work down the line a little bit more here. So, Michael Mosman, that kid is starting to impress me more and more. He was at the top for a while in one of the qualifying sessions. I don't remember which one.
He's starting to figure it out.
What's that, Cole?
Starting to get it figured out. Getting those rookie jitters out of there, staying on 2 wheels. And
I honestly, and this is going to sound like just a dickhead thing to say, but like just being like the way I like to break down technique and stuff, I think if you just had a riding coach, because if you ever watch him, and I'm not going to get like real deep into this, but like, dude, his whoop speed, his commitment is great, but if you always watch him, like the way he unlocks his hips and he likes to arch his upper body back too much, like if he had a coach out there that like worked with him on a day in and day out basis, I think that dude has the speed to run top 5 consistently. It's just the small nuances, man. Like he struggles with certain things and stuff, and I think that's all it would be. Like if he had somebody out there coaching him every day, dude, the kid has got speed. Like there's no doubting that.
Does he train at Alden's too?
He was last summer, but I think he's been, because he's on the West Coast now, he's been in California for pretty much like since Thanksgiving.
Okay. And then, dude, how about Jess Pettis leading the heat race for like 3 laps?
Dude, he's the next, Canadian Wonder Boy,
and
according to Steve Mathis.
Yeah, and he looked good. I mean, I think, honestly, it was just kind of, he realized where he was, and he started making some mistakes. But the first few laps, when he was just flowing, dude, that guy's got the speed to be out there.
Yeah, he's looking good. He's got the setup. The bike looks good. He's got it going on.
Oh no, dude, he's got a lit kit. He's got a lit kit. Like that whole thing's working for him and stuff. So I hope, like I said, I think it was a Glendale show. I hope that he gets picked up for outdoors because it's good to just have a little bit of different flavor out there that people aren't used to. And I think his name is getting out there. Like he's been up there. He's had some top 10 and
take
stuff.
A step back from Jess Pettis a little bit too. I don't mean to cut you guys off, but kind of skip over Garrett Marchbank.
What did Garrett? Did he get? What did he get? 7th?
8.
He went 8th, right behind most of them. So he had a rough couple weeks, but 17 more kids first year. That's pretty respectable in my opinion.
Dude, these rookies are getting it figured out. Like they're just they're picking up on shit. I think that they're realizing that it's it's not a sprint. It's a marathon, and a lot of these kids, like, I think they're to realizing that, hey, when you're not feeling it, like, this ain't like the amateur days. Don't keep pushing the pace. Like, just take the points. Get out alive.
Yep.
Garrett Marchbanks. He's a Lead athlete. Where's the next race?
Dude, I like Marchbanks. Like, I was hyping him up coming out as an amateur.
You know what that leads me into, boys?
Oh, God.
Skip right over him.
Are we going to Chris Bloss again?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
The Lead low-key ride for the 250 class.
Who was the low-key ride?
Lead's own Garrett Marchbanks.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, that's good, you know?
The Liat low-key ride.
He's good for the low-key ride.
I gotta get a Liat low-key ride emblem made for this, so when you say that, I can throw it on the screen.
You're not getting a Lead one made.
I'm not getting what?
You're getting a Lead one made.
Whatever. Jesus God. Okay. Is there anything else for the 250s?
Anyway, continue. That's our low-key ride of the night.
Well, I don't know.
The only thing I want to say, even though his result didn't reflect how his day went, man, Jimmy D looked damn good in that heat race.
Oh, yeah.
Like, oh, my God. He looked great.
Yeah, so go back. We'll get there. Let's go back to Jeff Pettis and then keep running down the list, kind of stay in order.
No, I think Jeff Pettis, like, I think he's just doing good. Like, I think that he's, honestly, in my opinion, he's doing better than expected, considering how his rookie, and I do air quotes, his rookie year went. Like, he's just, that bike's good, and he's, whatever his program is, I don't know anything about it. It's just working for him, because as far as I know, he's the top privateer in the 250 class so far, right? Like,
probably.
Because Blois is doing better than him.
Blois, that would count.
But once you kind of consider, though, that, like, Jacob being on the Rock River and the AJE gas money, like, that's not really a privateer thing. Like, what I mean privateer is just like showing up in the back of a sprinter van.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't consider Blois and Hayes a privateer thing, but some people do. So I don't know. It's a weird area. So
yeah. So good on Jeff Pettis though. Like, he's doing good. I like seeing that.
Scary Jerry Robbins as well. Solid ride for Scary Jerry.
Jerry didn't Jerry yesterday. That's for sure.
Once again, like
with Jimmy D and Hampshire going down, but still.
Yep.
Steve Mathis said he was a whole new Jerry, and nobody believed him. Well, you know, he's right. He's made every main so far, right? Like, yeah, I think he's made every main.
I think
he's finished them all, too.
I think so. Hold on.
Yeah, well, it's about time. He had all that hype as a Geico kid and never lived up to it, so about damn time.
Yeah, he's been in every main. 14, 20, 19, 12, so not bad. Not bad. So.
Well, getting better. Getting better.
All right. Anybody else we want to touch on here before we move on? So since we're trying to keep this show a little shorter.
No, not really. Jimmy D with a heat race, that was badass.
Yep.
Scott
of all places, it was.
And that Leah Lit kid, Scott Champion. Shout out to him.
Hey, bro, Mitchell's lit kit was better than Scotty Champion's. Let's calm down.
We're in the same lit kit, homie.
Oh, I thought that Scotty Champion changed his up for the night show. I guess I wasn't paying attention to him.
Shocker.
He changed his shit up.
Shocker.
What?
You should pay attention to him, bro.
Why do I need to pay attention to Scott Champion?
Oh, boy.
Because he's got a Leah Lit kit.
Oh my God, dude! The only person I care about on that team is Mitchell. Scott Champion, whatever. Dude.
All right, that's it. We're moving on. We're moving on to 450s. We're moving on to 450s. So, all right, moving on. All right, so now we're moving on. 450s. All right, boys. Let's start from the top down again, like we did. Cooper Webb backs up his win from last week.
Bang bang,
dude. 250 Coop's back.
Wire to wire.
Cooper, like Kinky Finger Webb.
I mean, he's back, right? I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to completely say he's back, but he's definitely.
He's back. I did say this last week. I was like, he's got his start figured out, and
dude, he's back. And honestly said, all I figured out is, or all I said was, hey, at least if he gets 2 podiums before we go east, and he goes out and fucking backs it up and wins it, which we kind of wanted to see out of Barsha and Baggett. Like, dude, he's back. Like, no, I know it's only 2 races, but he's back. Like, plain simple. That looked like old Coop.
Yeah,
I can agree with that.
Dude, they asked him. Did you guys watch the press conference at all?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
I bust my ass. I spend all this money to get the press conferences, and you guys don't listen to them.
Well, we knew you weren't going to be in it.
I hate you guys. Anyway, they asked him in the press conference, they were like, do you think you were going to win 2 races this year? And he's like, well, the goal was to win 1, but he goes, to win 2? Hell no, I didn't think I was going to win 2. And so I think he's even shocking himself a little bit here.
He even said on the podium after the main, he was like, nobody told me the second one was supposed to be harder than the first one.
Yeah, he pumped up a little bit. Mushin was catching him. I mean, he was eyeing Mushin. He knew where he was at.
Oh, yeah.
But, he let him catch him, and I was hoping that he was going to gunsling Mushin, too. He should make that a signature thing, just gunsling everybody.
Well, I think it's funny that everybody's kind of, like, glossed over the fact that, those two do not like each other. Like,
no.
Let's not forget the 250 days when he's like, French, you don't want none. Like,
jumping him and all that.
Yeah, Coop and Marv aren't the best of friends, and that was another thing that, like, worried me when this whole, like, situation went down. I was like, I don't know how much that's going to work with those two training together.
Cooper coming in there and just being like, hey, I know we don't like each other, but we got to work together.
Yeah.
But, dude, like, I think he's back. I'm sorry. Like, we wanted to see a guy back it up. He did it. He led wire to wire. You know, he was on it. And, man, I'm not a KTM guy by any means, but, dude, that bike fits him so freaking good. Like, just, it looks like an extension of him. Anything he wants to do with that bike, it's going to go with him. Plain and simple. It's not bucking him around whatsoever. Like, yeah, the whoops were sketchy and stuff, but, dude,
he was looking slick.
He hasn't looked this confident, like I said, since the 250 days. Like, I don't know. I have no problem saying he's back. Like, I really don't.
I still want to see a couple more. I want to see a couple more rounds.
Cooper Webb is no longer Cooper Webb.
Jesus.
He's not Cooper Webb anymore, man. He's doing that number 2 some justice.
He is. He's been holding the candle to the previous number 2s.
Yep.
I just, like I said, I don't.
I guess he is a number 2 if you want to call him Cooper.
Oh my God. Do we not do play on words? Seriously, can we not?
Right. Okay. Back to the motocross stuff.
But yes, no, like, man, that bike is just working for him. It really is. You know, he's a small, compact guy. He's got the flex of the bike. It's, you know, it's a low center of gravity bike and stuff, and he just, it's working for him. And I don't know, man. I said it about Varsha and I said it about Baggett, and they couldn't back it up. But I think that Coop is also another one of those guys that, I don't know if you really want to give a lot of confidence to him. Like, you know, we already know that he's confident through the roof. And now
there's one more thing that I want to be. I guess I can speak for A1, but I want to see him come through the pack a little bit.
Yeah.
Now I get what you're saying, but do you think
100%?
Do we really think that's even possible though? Now,
No.
like, I don't know if that's possible anymore.
Blake Baggett, we'll get to him. He was like 13th on the first lap.
Yeah.
Okay, so like come through the pack and do that, or come through the pack and win? Because I guess I should have explained myself. I don't know if anybody can
start 7th and 8th and come through and win.
Okay, see, that I can understand. Like, that I can get. Like, the 13th, the first anymore, I don't think that shit's happening anymore.
No, that ain't happening no more.
But, no, I get what you're saying. And let's not forget, like, it coulda, shoulda, woulda. If Coop gets a good start in Glendale and finishes just top 5, dude, his points gap is pretty decent right now.
Yeah. The only thing that worries me with Webb, like, coming through the pack like that, too, is,
spasm.
Lets his ego get to him, man. Like, he, instead of just passing the guy and boosting,
he gets caught up.
He gets caught up in some other bullshit, and if he does that, it could ruin his race instead of just focusing forward and leaving the off-track stuff.
Well, dude,
I guess you could say.
That just, I went back and watched the broadcast again on NBC Sports, today, and man, oh my God, dude, he looked good. Like, plain and simple. There was that one part of that main where I looked at him and I'm going, yeah, no, like, this guy does not have his shit dialed in. So, and I feel like it's going to sound like I'm fanboying, but everybody knows that I'm a Coop guy. But, like,
yeah, I was just getting ready to ask you if you got a poster on your wall yet.
No, man, I don't. I mean, I would have had he kept going from the 250 days because that was my dude. Like, you can even ask Travis, but, I was impressed. That's all I can really say. Like, I was just impressed. He just looked good the whole entire time.
So, I was on the floor last night. Obviously, we talked about this already. But the one thing I noticed with him that he was doing that, from what I could see, that no one else was doing was that kind of like weird when you crossed over the start straight again and went through to that like step up kind of double into the corner weird thing. He was hitting the side where he would like jump all the way over it and then double into the corner, where like everyone else was jumping onto it and then onto the single and then rolling over the single into the corner. Webb was the only guy that was like basically doubling through there, and it looked faster. Like, and that's from the perspective of literally standing there watching it from the floor. It was faster. So, I don't know why anyone else didn't do that, but he did that all main long. And like the other side where you were just jumping on broke down. So
usually I catch shit like that.
Yeah. Well.
No, yeah, he was, because Kenny was doing it in the heat race, and Eli was doing it in the heat race, and everybody else was doing it. And by the main and stuff, after about 3 laps, they started checking up and just doubling onto the table, doubling off, and singling into the corner. And yeah, Coop, like, I think the thing was, honestly, because of how hard you were preloading that, and then as you were hitting the downside, like, you still couldn't get all the way over it. Like, I think a lot of dudes were just, because you were under braking, were afraid that they were going to tag that with a rear wheel and pitch into the fucking face of that double. And Coop just, I mean, he just absorbed it. Like, he just weighted the rear end and let the front end get light, and he was getting over it smooth. But I don't know if either of you guys noticed the first lap of the main. Dude, he almost went over the face of the double into the corner. Like, the first lap, he came in way too hot.
He almost did some video game shit and jumped the whole section.
Yeah, like, I was looking at that, and I was like, holy crap.
Yep. So, moving on.
Oh, no, he looked good, so.
Yeah, so moving on anyway. Marv,
I consider him a player now.
Yeah, so Marv, another sneaky good ride. He's racing himself back into shape. I heard this week that he didn't even start riding until like the 26th of December. So.
Yeah,
I do want to mention, I think he would have won that if he had not went down.
Yeah, probably.
Given how Webb kind of tightened up, and he admitted that he tightened up, I think Marv would have been there.
I think it would have been a battle. I can see that, but I can see that, but I don't think that Marv was faster. That's going to sound weird, but I think I think he would have won, because if we're assuming that Webb would have tightened up, he probably would have got around him.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Marv was smart enough. He was sitting back there just watching him.
Oh yeah, dude! It would have dude, they were gone on everybody after like 5 laps. They were gone. It was like what, 5 or 6 seconds back to third, and everybody was kind of yo-yoing and stuff. But yeah, had Marv not gone down, it definitely would have been a battle, and I could see that because Coop did tighten up. Now, if we are saying that Coop wouldn't have tightened up, Coop was clearly the best guy out there. Like, he was the fastest. It's just if we're assuming that same thing still happens, Marv was just on lock. Like, he was getting through the whoops good, and he's slowly getting better. And if we want to talk about a guy that's building and that really didn't have a lot of time on the bike, like, for him being in fourth, we talk about Eli and Kenny, and we'll get to that. Like, dude, that's an accomplishment for him to even be at fourth in the points right now.
Yeah. Yep. And then...
No, he's looking good. He's looking good.
Okay. And then let's round out the podium here. Baggett comes through the pack, like we said, 13th to 3rd, and... Holy shit, was he on fire. Like, they asked him in the press conference, they go, they said something about, like, his whoop speed or something, and he goes, honestly, I just listened to Burner, which is basically just close my eyes and pray to God and pin it. And, And
dude, he blew past Kenny in the whoops.
Dude, yeah, I know. He was fast.
He blew past Kenny in the whoops. Yeah.
He's another short guy, and he's good in the whoops. Him and Jimmy D got short man syndrome figured out.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about that, though? Like, and Cole, you talked about this in the group text when we were all talking about the main last night, back and forth. Like, I didn't even realize, like, I wasn't paying attention to him, and then when I saw him closing in on Tomac, I was like, holy shit, where'd he come from? And then when you said that he came from so far back, I was like, okay. And then when I rewatched it, dude, he was latched onto the back of Tomac for the first 2 laps, and then Tomac got through the pack a little bit better. Baggett went from, like, 11th to 5th in, like, a matter of 2 laps, because Eli was sitting at 8th. Baggett was still back in 12th. And I didn't realize that. Like, dude, I don't know where he was finding speed other than the whoops. But, yeah, he was coming through a man on a mission, and he was mediocre the whole entire day. Like, he was actually shit most of the day, in my opinion.
Yeah, I didn't see him all day really do anything spectacular. So, to come out in the main and get 3rd, I was like, wow, that's impressive there. That's an impressive feat. So
can we say that even though I'm not going to hype up the heat races. Like, unless you're somebody that's struggling with bike setup or confidence because you're not getting the track dialed in, and then you go out and have a good heat race. Can we say we're at the point that nowadays these heat races really don't mean jack shit? Like, to get a good indication of what the main's going to go, because Eli won his, and then Cole did really well, but Cole did go down. But Baggett was just terrible, and then he comes out of nowhere. I don't think we can really base anything off what happens in the heat races anymore. Like, I really don't.
No.
Nope.
No, not this season.
No, I don't think so either.
So,
all right.
Which is weird because, like, you almost had an idea that for a long time that you kind of knew what was going to happen if somebody went out and dominated the heat race, and then Baggett just pulls that crap.
Yeah. All right. So 4th place on the night, Tomac. I mean, what has he been? Has he literally been like 4th all year?
He's just.
He got the 3rd today too.
3-4, 3-4, 3-4.
He's like a new popsicle man. He's being the new cheese pizza.
The cheese pizza?
Yeah, like cheese pizza is always good, but it's never terrible.
Well,
it's never great. It's just there.
Okay, so we all know the struggles that he's had the last 2 years. Like, he's leaps and bounds better than he was the last 2 years. So we can't take that away from him. But and we've talked about it before, and we've talked about it off camera and stuff, like him and Kenny pulling the Dunge method. But I can't understate this enough, or I can't overstate this enough. Dungy got great starts his whole entire career. Eli is not a good starter. We know what happens when he gets a start like that. We know what he can do. But if he's going to go off of, hey, I'm going to do the Dunge method, yeah, he's not going to win a championship doing it that way, especially nowadays, because I've seen that some people are talking about, oh, well, look what he did in 17. He started off horrible with the bike setup, and then he went on fire. And it's like, well, first off, the field wasn't as deep in 17 when he went on that run. No disrespect to the guys he was racing. We knew that Dungy was, at the end of his career. But Tomac's starts aren't good enough to win a Ryan Dungy championship. Like, it's fact.
I'm just looking into the future. And you're going to get flamed in the comments on me Tomac 8.
No, well, when we go to Kenny, I'll say that I'll talk about Kenny. I have strong feelings about Kenny.
I mean, we can talk about Kenny because Kenny finished 5th after a great-looking day.
Let's go into Kenny because I'm very, very puzzled on what happened to him.
I'm disappointed with both of them. Like, we'll move on to Kenny, but I'm just disappointed in both of them. Like, plain and simple, they got dropped. They got dropped after they made their mistakes.
Was not a good night for him. Was not a good night for either one of them. I mean, don't get me wrong. You've got the top 4 dudes are all within 4 points in the points. So this is far from over. But, yeah, it's definitely a little puzzling as to what the hell's going on with the big 3, I guess, at this point. I mean, you've got Marv, I guess, finished 2nd, so that's acceptable.
Well, no, Marv's doing better than they are. Like, he's not ahead of them in points, but, like, dude, he's trending upwards where they're trending backwards.
Yeah. So I don't really know.
That's the difference.
Yeah, it's like Kenny hit a wall. It's like super weird. I don't know, man.
His line selection, in my opinion, especially entering the whoops, like he kept dropping into the same rut, and it was just super square edged, and he just couldn't get the bike to plan going into the whoops, and then the front end would start dipping like 3 in. That was the one thing that I really noticed because I was kind of puzzled, like you were, Cole, like just what happened. But man, I can't state this enough. Like, dude, they got dropped. Like, after they made their mistakes, and we know that Eli couldn't get over the 3.53 into the triple, but, dude, they still had 8 minutes to go, and Baggett and Marv put, like, what, 7.5 seconds on them with 8 minutes to go plus 1?
Yeah,
like,
they were battling with each other. Like, they should have been pushing each other.
Yeah, it's just not a normal thing. Like, and if, like I said, we keep talking about them playing consistent, great. They're 2nd and 3rd in the points, but, man, I don't know. I don't. It's good that we talk about these guys that are trying to do the Dungy way and be conservative when you aren't feeling it, which is, he won enough championships. But I'm not trying to pump up Ryan Dungy because he's not one of my guys, but not a lot of guys can do what Ryan Dungy did because they're not consistent enough. These guys need to win races, and I know we're only 4 in, but, dude, with Coop trending up and Marv getting better and, Baggett pulling shit out of his ass, like, I don't know. I guess I'm just really disappointed. I know it's only 4 rounds in, and people are going to be like, oh, it's jumping on the off the bandwagon too quickly. But, no, man, like, that was just disappointing, in my opinion.
Yep.
Yeah, it was. I was very, very confused.
Yep. So, all right, moving down the line, Dean Wilson, dude, the heat race, I heard that he in the first corner there, he got kind of buckled up and I guess tweaked his knee but it ended up being fine. Yep. But I couldn't figure out what the hell was going on in the heat race.
Gene Wilson and me, I do not want to hear those two things in the same sentence ever again.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, when I saw that, I was like, oh, God, here we go again.
Yep. But he said everything's cool. I mean, he rode to a 6th in the main, so I guess everything must be cool. So that's good for him. Again, just another solid ride. I mean, he's...
I think he stays where he's at, too. He's got enough outside sponsorship to where he's doing his own thing. He's happy.
Yeah.
I told you guys, I know the Lululemon logo. That's an outside sponsorship. So.
Yep.
It looks good.
Yep. So.
It looks good.
And then 7th, I mean.
Stay where he's doing, man. He's right around that same spot every weekend. Where you're at.
Well, honestly, he's basically, even though he hasn't, other than A1, like, he hasn't really backed it up that close to the box, he's basically kind of in that situation where Weston Pike was last year, for all of last year. He's kind of like just in that middle ground, like, he doesn't quite have the speed to get a podium, but he's probably going to be 4 to 7 or 4 to 8 any other time. Like
he's just way
basically
Yep.
Yeah. So no, he's riding good. I'm very impressed with him. Like it's good to see him doing good again.
Yep. 7th place, Justin Barsha. I think that's phenomenal for a guy who literally in the middle of practice I saw pull off the track and massage his lower back because his tailbone's so fucked up. So.
He's in 5th on the points right now, right?
Let me check here. Yes, he's
in 5th.
I
think that sounds right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, he's
I don't
hanging
know.
in there.
It was, it's good. No, he's doing good, and I don't know. I think it's just with Barsha, you kind of just have to wait to see what happens because he's still at that point, though. Even though he's a lot better than he was the last couple of years, he's still very up and down. But we know that if he gets a start and he's feeling good, I mean, we know that he could podium. So.
Yep. So, all right, now we're kind of getting into the nitty-gritty here. Okay, so Bogle, big crash in the whoops in the heat race.
Oh, my God.
Like, literally ripped the fender and the seat off.
That funger's sticking in the ground, man. Like, that thing just stuck up like a boner, like, straight out of the shit. You see that thing?
Oh, my God. Yeah, dude, like the whole subframe almost came off.
It did, dude. It was
that
bad.
Bike exploded, but he looped out so hard, the fender just stuck in the ground straight up and down.
Yep.
But I'll tell you this, though, man. He looked good for those first 3 laps. He looked good for those first 3 laps in the main.
Yep. So, then you had Cole Seeley in 11th.
In the right direction.
Yep. Cole had a good qualifying, but just didn't do anything and didn't go anywhere in the main. Did he crash in the main or something? Is that why he was 11th or?
Yeah.
Okay.
He went, what was it, the beach corner?
Oh, gotcha. How about in that
I want to go back to Bogle. Bogle's my guy for this class. You already know.
No, dude, he rode good. Like, he just needs confidence boosts. That's it.
Yeah.
You already know. You want to say it for me, Justin?
How about
no, I'm not gonna say it.
How about AP crashing in that wall jump and then Reed landing on him and AP flagging or dirt Dougie,
Travis,
whatever.
they're gonna let you get it out.
What?
Travis. Do you want to say it for me? No,
I'm not gonna say it.
I'm not saying it either. Go ahead, Cole. Say it.
We at low-key ride for the 450 class. Justin Bogle.
Oh, God.
All right, so can we talk about a guy, like, because we're not going to really talk about him because his piece of shit Kawasaki decided to grenade. How about Joey Savachi?
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about my fantasy picks getting fucking...
Oh, I don't like it either, bro, because nobody told me that Justin Starling wasn't going to ride the night show.
Oh, dude, you should have texted me because that motherfucker was in a, like, cast with ice on it already, like, during Q2.
Yeah, no, that's great. It was great. I picked him, didn't know anything because his qualifying times were decent, and then, Enzo Lopes decided to just watch shit in the same spot in the start. Like, just there's no other way that could happen again.
Look, I'm not going to...
Savachi.
Kyle Chisholm being Kyle Chisholm, but no, actually, I want to switch up my Liat low-key ride to a Liat rider, Cole Martinez.
15th.
Martinez is good.
I know you're kind of high on Martinez,
yep.
But
oh yeah,
15th is a solid ride.
Dude, he's gonna. I think at the end of the year, if he can make all the races, he can end up being a top finishing privateer, in my opinion.
Probably. Dude, and Savachi's bike blowing up. Savachi's got more problems than that. The dude crashed twice in qualifying.
Yeah, nobody gives a shit about qualifying, bro. He won his heat race.
The guy can't stay off the fucking ground.
Was his bike blowing up his fault? He was in third. Like, give the guy some credit, dude. He went out and won his heat race, and he was running third, and his bike started to grenade. Like, honestly, I'm saying this right now. If his bike doesn't grenade, he takes advantage, or he capitalizes on Eli and Kenny having issues. And I'm not so sure that he's not battling with Baggett at the end of that main.
I don't know, man.
Like, bro, I know you got some serious hate for Savacci, dude, but him crashing and qualifying has nothing to do with how he rode in the night race.
It has everything to do. He can't stay off the ground, man.
Did he crash it? Did he crash it all the night? During the night?
You have been very adamant that the Savacci syndrome was a 250 thing, yada, 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 yet he still is doing it on the 450. His best finish is an 8th. He's in 16th in points.
Did he do it during the night?
Did
he do it during the night?
No, he didn't have to. He's got the Savacci syndrome. The Savacci syndrome covers all bases, including his bike blowing up.
Oh, no, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard. Yeah, I'm sorry, that's the stupidest thing. You just sounded like an idiot.
Dude, this kid,
I'm telling you. You sounded like an idiot, dude.
The only reason he's going to be on Factory Cowie next year is because J-Mart's not moving up. That's the only reason.
No, bro. He showed last night before his piece of shit Kawasaki grenaded about what he can really do, and I'm telling you right now, that's who Joey Savacci is.
No, he's not.
Anybody who takes anything away from him.
Hey, I will agree. Joey looks good. I'm not really the biggest Savacci guy, but he looks solid, man.
Yeah, dude, he was in that pack, and he was not. It's not like he got dropped. He was ahead of Kenny. Kenny got around him. And then he just latched onto him, and then his bike grenaded 2 laps later.
Great, congrats. So his bike doesn't grenade.
His bike doesn't grenade.
So his bike doesn't grenade, and he has his best finish of the season of a 5th. Awesome. Cool. Really great.
No, hell no. He gets at least top 3.
No way. No way.
Podium position.
Yeah.
No way. You're high. You are high as hell.
I think he beats Kenny. I think he beats Kenny and Eli. With how many issues they were having at the end of that main, Joey was not all over the place like they were. I think he beats both of them. I really do.
I think he lets Tomac by.
Well, if he's letting Tomac by for no reason, that's just ridiculous. But no, dude, he was better than they were last night. His bike grenaded. It was out of his hands. Had nothing to do with him.
Look, you know what? When I'm back in studio next week and he's got another DNF because he hit the ground, then we'll talk.
I'm bringing you a present into the studio next week, all right?
You're bringing who into the studio next week?
I'm bringing you a present since you like Savacci so much.
Oh God! Oh God! All right, let's.
All I'm saying is your hate for Joey is just like my hate for Zacho. It's a little over the top. It's a little over the top.
No, your hate for Zacho is completely uncalled for because that guy's got 3 fucking titles. Your love for
in the 250 class, we're not in the Tiblers anymore. It doesn't matter.
I'm starting to think you're a homer for Joey because of his looks or something.
I'm thinking you're a homer bandwagon Zacho fan. You jumped on his bandwagon when he started winning, guys.
Okay, first off, I didn't jump on his bandwagon. Okay, I've been on the bandwagon. So in fact, I'm driving that son of a gun. All right, you know what? We got to get off this topic.
You jumped on that bandwagon hard.
We got to get off this topic because we'll go for hours on this.
Hey, you know a bandwagon you need to jump on?
Oh boy, here we go. Who?
Actually, just jump off this bandwagon because it's crashing.
Who?
Justin Hill.
Oh, dude, I was just gonna bring that up.
I was never on the Justin Hill bandwagon.
I'm not either. Did you see? Did you see that crash in practice?
Going downhill.
Oh, dude, that kid is. He's gonna be off JGR as soon as his contract is up, and he is not gonna have a ride. I don't think.
Well, all I know is I mean, fucking like the rookies so far have been all over the place. Hill's been up and down. AP had a good ride in the mud. Joey was killing it. Bike grenades. Zacho hasn't raced yet. I mean, these rookies really aren't living up to the hype yet, and I don't think it's going to get any better when Zacho comes back. So, like, no, the rookies are struggling right now.
Oh, okay. I didn't see that coming out of your mouth.
So, did you guys see that crash that Hill had in practice, though?
Yeah, no, that's why I said that Hill ran out.
Dude, holy shit. Like, completely ejected over the berm and, like, lands on a flagger, like, on the other straight. That was insane, man.
I think it's going to get better when we go East Coast. I'm not on the Hill bandwagon, but I can't believe that he was as good as he was in those 2 rounds last year, and then having good rides outdoors, and then just all of a sudden he goes into Supercross with a full off season of testing, and then it's just this far off. Like, I just can't believe that. I cannot believe that.
That off season was all testing, no training.
Yep.
Probably. I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. We know that he's very vocal about how he goes about things, but I think for me to believe that last year was a fluke, I think we got to get to round 10. Like, I want to see what he does on the East Coast. Like, I really do. Now, if he goes to Minneapolis and Arlington and shits the bed again, then got to start thinking that, yeah, it was just a lot of hype. But, man, I just can't believe that was just all, like, in our heads and that was just a one-time deal. I just can't believe it. Like, he's too talented of a dude.
Maybe. I don't know. So, all right, let's start wrapping this up.
Predictions for next week.
The what?
What?
Let's get in some next week predictions.
All right, yeah, let's
fantasy picks.
Let's do some winners here for the classes for next week. Who wants to go first?
250.
Have you guys seen the track at all?
Nope.
I'm just getting ready to look it up.
Yeah, dude, I glared at it and I didn't really break it down, but it looks like we're gonna possibly it could be like high 40-second lap times.
Sweet. So we're gonna do like 29 laps.
Yeah, there's another back-to-back whoop section into the finish again this weekend. Now, they did change their section at Oakland, so who knows if that's going to stay the same. But it literally looks like it's the whoop section and one rhythm section is going to be the only passing spots.
So, all about a start.
Yeah, pretty much. No, it's going to be, in that track's going to be shit by the end of the main, like, real bad. Like, it won't surprise me if we do 30 laps in the 450 main.
Sweet.
Mm.
All right, so who you got?
Let's get into it.
Who you got, Justin? Go first.
250s, man, I just got to believe that Frenchie's going to get a win. He's looking too damn good. I think that he finally gets a start, and he pulls out because I don't think the AC can be consistent enough for 2 weeks. And man, the 450 class, I got to go with a hot hand, dude. I think Coop goes 3 for 3. Like, Kenny and Eli did not show me anything last night that they are, this is going to sound really ridiculous, are ready to win a main yet. Like, they're just not. Because, we talked about Eli and doing, that was only a 12-minute main, A2. Kenny struggled. I mean, I think you got to go with a hot hand. I think you got to go with Coop. He's won 2 in a row, and he's been the best guy so far. I think he goes 3 for 3. I think he rips another holy and leads it the whole time.
Bold prediction there.
Well, is it really bold, though? He's just won 2 in a row. Like, I get what you guys are saying, but is it really bold, or is it just trying to, go
it is,
one
it is, but it isn't.
In the start, he was top 2 in, like, the last 4 starts.
Yeah.
What's that?
He the whole shot of the heat, didn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he was out front until he had the issue.
Yep. He did that. He was all 3 of the mains for
Today, too.
Yeah. Yeah. Really. So,
all right, so yeah, I think Frenchie and Coop, I think they win.
Okay.
Going 250 class.
Ooh, that was rude.
Frenchie Fernandez.
Okay.
Thinking him. I think he finally pulled it through.
Yep.
And then we're going into the 450 class.
Yep.
Andy Carson.
What?
No, on a real note. On a real note. You probably don't even know who Andy Carson is, do you?
No, I don't. I'm just trying to figure out what the fuck you just said. Carson Brown.
You've ever seen Motocross, the Disney movie?
Oh, yeah, the dude, the brother. Yeah, or the chick. I don't know what
it's the chick. That's Andy Carson. Andrea Carson. Anyway.
Okay.
Now you know.
Now I know.
I'm going Messy Marv.
Okay.
It's going to be
Mushy Marv, Messy Marv. I don't know what you just said.
It's going to be a French sweep.
Ooh.
DB is going to be on the podium taking selfies with both of them. And it's just going to be a big old celebration.
Okay, so my question to you two is then, since neither of you picked Coop, where do you think he does? And neither of you said anything about Eli. What do you guys think happens with Eli then?
Coop goes third.
What's that?
I think Coop doesn't get a good start. I think somebody lines up next to him and does him dirty.
Okay, yeah, I can see that.
And I think, he's going to get a bad start, be about 10th or so, and work his way to third or somewhere in there. And that just puts Tomac up into a podium position, I think.
Okay, what about you, Travis?
I think with Eli, it's his week for third, and I think Coop gets second. So
All right, well, I'm just curious and stuff. Like, the coupe, okay, but, like, I think I was just more interested to see what you guys said about Eli because, like, I'm at the point, same kind of thing with Kenny and stuff. Like, even though it's weird, you just can't have the red plate. Like, I don't know what to think what's going on with those two so far. Like, I don't know anymore.
Let's go into the last thing and then end it. Let's go most improved. Who's going to improve the most?
For both classes or just 450s?
Let's do both classes.
Well, for me, 250 class, I think Jimmy D has got to improve because we've seen what the speed looks like.
Yeah,
I agree with you on that one. That's who I was going with.
And the 450s, dude, I would say Justin Brayton.
Dude,
like,
I was just going to say that. I was just going to say Brayton, man. Like, he's got to start doing something.
Yeah. I'm going Brayton and Jimmy D.
Yep.
Trav, who are you going with 250 class? Jimmy D as well?
Yeah, because I think he needs to finally put something together here.
Because we know he has the speed.
I'm on the Jimmy D train as well.
Yep.
But 450 class, I see Cole Seeley.
Okay.
Dude, he looked good. He looked good. So, yeah, I could see that. Like, it has if he doesn't tip over in the beach corner, like, I think that he does. I mean, I don't know if he gets top 5, but close to it.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if he has the gas to get to the end yet, but he definitely has the one-lap speed.
Yeah, all I know is the 450 class right now, man, is just all over the damn place. But I will say this. If Coop wins again and Kenny and Eli, like, continue to just get, like, 3rd or 5th and stuff, like, dude, we got to start thinking that this is, like, this is for real. Like, it's not just, okay, he wins a couple races and then, like, Kenny and Eli are going to take over. I don't know, man. We might have a KTM domination in the 450 class.
Yeah, we could.
Fucking Marvin. And Marvin Coop. Two guys that hate each other more than anybody.
That's right.
All right, let's wrap this up. So, another episode of the Moto Aftermath Show presented by TLR Coatings. Follow us on all the social media. Support us on all the links down below for stuff. This has been the Oakland wrap-up. We're on to San Diego. We'll see everybody next week. See you, boys.
Take it easy.
Take it easy.